You were never told the truth about the makeup brands sitting on your bathroom counter right now. Every single day you apply these products to your skin without knowing what has been going on behind closed doors. Years of use create a cumulative toll that no one warned you about. Dryness, irritation, sensitivity that creeps in slowly and then all at once. The brands you trusted with your face have been cutting corners, filing for bankruptcy, and ignoring your aging skin entirely. In 2022, Reuters confirmed that Revlon filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, proving that even the biggest names in beauty are crumbling from the inside out. Stay right here, because you are about to learn every brand you need to stop buying and the safer alternatives that actually deserve your money. First, let's expose the brands you should avoid. What you are about to hear is not speculation. Every brand on this list has documented evidence tied to business failures, regulatory actions, contamination, concerns, or formulation problems that directly affect your skin. If you are over 40, over 50, or dealing with mature skin in any capacity, this is especially urgent. Your skin is thinner now. It is more reactive. It loses moisture faster. And these brands have done nothing to account for that. They kept selling you the same outdated formulas, the same drying ingredients, the same cheap pigments, while quietly falling apart as companies. You deserved better. Now moving on to the first product you should avoid, Revlon. Millions of women grew up watching their mothers use this brand. It felt permanent, reliable, trustworthy. But behind that familiar red logo, things were collapsing. In 2022, Reuters reported that Revlon filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, citing supply chain failures and an inability to compete with newer brands. A brand many women trusted for decades quietly ran out of money. The company making your foundation could not keep its own lights on. When a company is hemorrhaging cash, it does not invest in reformulating products. Those formulas sit frozen in time. Revlon's older products still rely on drying alcohols and outdated pigments that sit on your skin like plaster. If you have fine lines, texture, or dryness, those ingredients magnify every flaw. You feel the tightness within an hour. You see creasing around your eyes by midday. You notice foundation cracking along your smile lines before lunch. That is not aging. That is a failed product accelerating the appearance of aging on your face. Stop buying it. Now moving on to the second product you should avoid, CoverGirl. There was a time when CoverGirl felt like the approachable, everyday beauty brand that understood real women. That time is over. In 2023, Reuters reported that Coty continued to struggle with legacy mass cosmetics brands, and CoverGirl was named specifically. Sales have been declining, and the brand has lost relevance. But the real damage is what happened to the formulas. When a brand is bleeding revenue, it cuts costs, and one of the first places those cuts show up is in the ingredient list. Reformulations quietly stripped out emollients, the ingredients that keep your skin soft and hydrated. The brand changed, but your skin paid the price. If you have noticed your foundation feels drier than it used to, that your skin looks parched by the afternoon, that your concealer clings to every flake around your nose and mouth, you are not imagining things. The product you remember is not the product you are currently using. They cheapened it, and your mature skin absorbed every consequence. Now moving on to the third product you should avoid, Maybelline, one of the most recognizable names in beauty worldwide. And in 2019, the FDA documented voluntary recalls linked to contamination risks in multiple eye products across mass cosmetics brands. Contamination in products that go near your eyes, used near your eyes for years, without knowing, the skin around. Your eyes is the thinnest on your entire face, and as you age, it becomes even more vulnerable, losing elasticity and becoming more permeable. When a contaminated product touches that area repeatedly, the risk of irritation and infection increases dramatically. This is not about one bad batch. This is about a pattern in mass market manufacturing, where volume takes priority over vigilance. Every time you swipe that mascara wand or blended eyeshadow along your lash line, you trusted it was clean. That trust was not always warranted. Now moving on to the fourth product you should avoid, Lime Crime. This brand built its entire identity on being rebellious and unapologetic, but rebellion without accountability is recklessness. In 2015, the FDA issued a formal warning letter to Lime Crime for using unapproved color additives, a brand built on rebellion that crossed safety lines. Certain pigments are not approved for use near the eyes or on the lips because they contain compounds that cause irritation and long-term sensitivity. For mature skin, which is already less resilient and more prone to reactions, exposure to unapproved pigment impurities is a serious concern. An irritation event at 25 heals in days. The same event at 55 can leave lasting redness and sensitization that takes weeks to calm. Lime Crime received that warning almost a decade ago, but the trust erosion it caused has never fully healed. Now moving on to the fifth product you should avoid, Morphe. If you have been anywhere near beauty social media, you have heard this name. Morphe was the brand of influencer culture, massive palettes promoted by every major beauty creator online. But in 2023, Reuters reported that Morphe announced major store closures amid declining sales, a brand built for hype, not longevity. When a company's entire business model depends on influencer partnerships rather than product research, the consumer always loses. Morphe products were designed to photograph well under ring lights, not to sit comfortably on real skin throughout a real day. The pigments are heavy, the powders are chalky. On mature skin, those formulas settle into every fine line, crease within hours, and leave delicate skin looking textured and aged. You were never the target audience. You were collateral. Now, moving on to the sixth product you should avoid, Urban Decay. Once edgy, now outdated. Urban Decay was a pioneer in the 90s, bringing bold color to a market that needed it. But in 2022, Business of Fashion noted the brand's significant loss of cultural relevance compared to newer indie competitors. Innovation stalled. The heavy, intensely pigmented formulas that made Urban Decay famous are now working against anyone with mature skin. Those dense pigments settle into fine lines, grab onto texture, and the metallic finishes emphasize every crease and pore. Your skin changed, and Urban Decay did not. Now moving on to the seventh product you should avoid, Almay. This one stings because Almay was always marketed as the gentle option. The hypoallergenic, sensitive skin-friendly brand your dermatologist once told you about, marketed as gentle, yet left behind. In 2023, industry analysts citing Nielsen retail data reported significant shelf contraction for Almay across major retailers. The brand is disappearing from stores because it stopped evolving. The shade range is limited. The formulas have not been meaningfully updated in years. For mature skin that needs modern hydrating ingredients, advanced pigment technology, and flexible wear, Almay simply does not deliver. The gentleness claim means nothing if the product itself cannot meet the needs of your skin today. Now moving on to the eighth product you should avoid, Physicians Formula. The name alone implies medical credibility, doctor branding without modern standards. In 2022, investor reports showed declining revenue growth, and while the branding suggests clinical care, many of their products are loaded with fragrance, one of the most common irritants for aging, thinning skin. Fragrance in a product that claims to be doctor-approved is a contradiction that your skin pays for every single day. The stinging you feel when you apply that bronzer is not sensitivity you need to manage. It is your skin telling you to stop. Now moving on to the ninth product you should avoid, bareMinerals. This brand was once the gold standard of clean beauty. Loose mineral powder that let your skin breathe. But times changed, and so did ownership. Shiseido's divestment of bareMinerals in 2021 signaled a shift in the brand's direction, not the clean pioneer it once was. And here is the practical problem. Loose mineral powders, by their very nature, sit on top of the skin and accentuate texture. Every fine line, every pore, every patch of dryness becomes more visible under a layer of powder. For mature skin that craves moisture and smooth, luminous finishes, loose powder foundations are working directly against you. Now moving on to the 10th product you should avoid, Rimmel. In 2022, Euromonitor data showed declining sales for Rimmel across Western Europe, one of its core markets. Cheap now, but costly to your confidence. Rimmel's formulas have long been among the most affordable on the shelf, but that affordability comes at a cost. The foundations are drying, the concealers crease, the products emphasize every line on your face and leave your skin looking flat, dehydrated, and older than it is. Now moving on to the 11th product you should avoid, Wet n Wild. Affordable, but at what long-term cost? In 2018, FDA consumer testing discussions revealed industry-wide findings of trace heavy metals across mass cosmetics products. Wet n Wild, as one of the most budget-friendly brands on the market, operates at price points that leave very little room for premium ingredient sourcing or rigorous batch testing. For mature skin, cumulative exposure over years and decades of daily use is the concern. Your skin has been absorbing these products for a long time. Now moving on to the 12th product you should avoid, Smashbox. In 2023, Estée Lauder companies announced the closure of the Smashbox brand entirely. The brand is gone. Your products remain. If you still have Smashbox products in your drawer, understand that no new batches are being manufactured, no new quality controls are being applied, and no customer service exists to address concerns. The photo finish primers and foundations that Smashbox was known for were designed to blur under studio lighting, not to nourish real skin. On mature skin, those silicone-heavy formulas fill pores temporarily, but create a surface that looks artificial, and they break down unevenly throughout the day. Now moving on to the 13th product you should avoid, NYX, made for TikTok, not real aging skin. NYX has positioned itself aggressively as a trend-driven brand, with hyperpigmented lip products, bold eye, colors and formulas designed to perform on camera for a younger demographic. Consumer Reports discussions in 2021 examined ingredient formulations across trend-forward brands. The strong pigments that make NEX products look vivid in videos cling to texture on mature skin, settle into lines, and create an uneven, patchy appearance that no amount of blending can fix. Now moving on to the 14th product you should avoid, Too Faced, cute packaging, hiding old formulas. Industry sales analyses from 2022 showed declining launch performance for the brand. Behind the whimsical branding and dessert-themed palettes, Too Faced products are heavy on synthetic fragrance, a known sensitivity trigger that becomes more problematic as your skin ages and its protective barrier weakens. That sweet smell you associate with the brand is an irritant sitting directly on your face for hours at a time. Now moving on to the 15th and final product you should avoid. Hard Candy, a forgotten brand still, sitting on shelves. Trade media referencing Walmart shelf allocation data from 2023 showed that Hard Candy has become functionally invisible in the retail landscape. The formulas have not been meaningfully updated. The brand has no innovation pipeline. There is no research and development team pushing for better ingredients or modern textures. You are buying a relic, and your mature skin deserves something that was actually designed for the challenges it faces right now. Safer alternatives. Now that you know what to avoid, it's time to take back control. The following recommendations are not sponsored. They are based on independent research to help you make safer choices. If you're finding this valuable, subscribe now to stay protected. The brands you are about to hear represent a different philosophy. These are companies that prioritized ingredient transparency, skin comfort, and formulations that account for the realities of aging skin. They are not perfect. No brand is, and you will hear the honest limitations of each one, but they are meaningfully better than what you have been using. Now moving on to the first product you should try instead, Ilia. If you are looking for a single brand to replace the majority of your daily routine, Ilia is the strongest starting point. This brand has built its reputation on transparent ingredient sourcing. You can see exactly what goes into every product, why it is there, and what it does. Ilia has earned the Allure Best of Beauty award, meaning independent beauty editors tested these products against hundreds of competitors and chose Ilia. For mature, dry skin, Ilia's formulations deliver hydration, buildable coverage, and a finish that looks like healthy skin rather than a mask. The Super Serum Skin Tint combines skincare ingredients with light coverage in a way that works on real skin throughout a real day. Your fine lines do not get magnified. Your dry patches do not get highlighted. Your skin looks like skin. The honest limitation is price. Ilia products cost more than drugstore brands, but consider what you are paying for with those cheaper products. Worse ingredients, worse performance, and worse outcomes for your skin over time. Ilia is an investment that respects your face. Now moving on to the second product you should try instead, RMS Beauty. This brand takes a minimalist approach that aging, sensitive skin responds to exceptionally well. RMS Beauty formulas contain fewer ingredients, meaning fewer opportunities for irritation or sensitivity. The brand has earned recognition from the Environmental Working Group for ingredient transparency, giving you confidence that what you are putting on your face has been evaluated against strict safety criteria. For sensitive aging skin, skin that reacts to fragrance, flushes with certain chemicals, or stings when the wrong product touches it, RMS Beauty provides visible relief. There is no tightness. There is no stinging. The Uncover-Up Cream. Foundation offers nourishing coverage that makes mature skin look rested and healthy without settling into lines. The honest limitation is shade range. RMS Beauty does not yet offer the breadth of shades that every skin tone deserves. If your shade is available, this brand is exceptional. If it is not, that is a real barrier the brand needs to address. Now moving on to the third product you should try instead, Jones Road. Created by Bobbi Brown, one of the most respected names in the beauty industry, specifically with mature women in mind. That is not a marketing afterthought. That is the entire foundation of the brand. Jones Road products are formulated for women over 40 who want to look polished and confident without heavy coverage or complex routines. The Miracle Balm delivers a dewy, healthy glow with a single swipe. No brushes, no sponges, no complicated techniques. Press coverage and independent reviews have consistently praised the brand for understanding what real women over 40 need. The honest limitation is the finish. Jones Road products lean, dewy, and that radiant finish is not for everyone. If you prefer matte or satin or have oilier skin, this will not suit your preferences. But if you have been searching for makeup that makes mature skin look alive rather than flat and powdery, Jones Road delivers. Now moving on to the fourth and final product you should try instead, 100% Pure. This brand has taken an uncompromising position on ingredient purity. 100% Pure uses non-synthetic pigments. Their color comes from fruit, vegetable, tea, and cocoa pigments rather than synthetic dyes. For anyone who has spent years absorbing synthetic chemicals through daily makeup use, this is a meaningful shift. The brand carries the Leaping Bunny certification, the gold standard for cruelty-free verification. For ingredient-conscious consumers who want to minimize chemical exposure without sacrificing performance, 100% Pure provides a legitimate path forward. The Fruit Pigmented line demonstrates that natural colorants deliver real, wearable results. The honest limitation is availability. Depending on where you live, getting 100% Pure products can be difficult. The retail footprint is smaller than mass-market brands, and certain products sell out frequently. Online ordering is your most reliable option, and shipping times vary. This is an inconvenience, not a deal breaker. You now have the information that was kept from you. 15 brands failing your skin through outdated formulas, business collapse, regulatory concerns, and cost-cutting that directly affects what goes on your face every morning. And 4 alternatives that earn their place through transparency, quality, and respect for mature skin. The next step is yours. Go to your bathroom right now. Look at what is on your counter. Check every label against what you just learned. If you see Revlon, CoverGirl, Maybelline, Lime Crime, Morphe, Urban Decay, Almay, Physicians Formula, bareMinerals, Rimmel, Wet n Wild, Smashbox, NEX, Too Faced, or Hard Candy, set it aside. Start with the product you use most and replace it first. Then work through the rest one by one. Your skin has been absorbing the consequences of these brands for long enough. Every day you continue using a product from a company that filed for bankruptcy, was cited by the FDA, or gutted its formula to save money is a day your skin pays a price it never should have. You have the power to change this now. Keep learning how to protect your skin by watching another video on this channel. Subscribe so you never miss another warning like this one. Stay safe and protect your skin.